Joining me now is Cheng Li. He's the director of the John L.Thornton China Center and a senior fellow in the foreign policy program at the Brookings Institution. So relations between China and the United States, let's face it, they are at a low point. And most recently, President Trump has accused China repeatedly, blaming Beijing for the COVID-19 pandemic, calling it China virus time after time. Is that the type of rhetoric that we are going to see again if Donald Trump wins the election?
I think it's likely there will be some adjustment because, again, he's motivated by the election, particularly the dire situation in both coronavirus and also the racial tensions, and also he's afraid that he will lose. He will find a way to blame someone else. Certainly, internationally, blaming China is his card to play around over the past, few months. But on the other hand, that his team is already made it very clear that decoupling with China and in virtually every areas, trade, economy, diplomatic. We see the closures of diplomatic consulate and also military tensions over Taiwan and South China Sea, and that certainly. His administration want to take a hardline approach to China, and also to the degree that the administration want to pursue regime change. Certainly, this is the core things for the Chinese Communist Party. But also, on the other hand, the so-called cultural and the educational decoupling, and also not issue visa for CCP members and their families. Of course, this is not in the proposal. So certainly will alienate the Chinese people. So I think that the trend, if Donald Trump re-elected, will largely continue with that.
Joe Biden has also promised to be tough on China. Will things change dramatically if Biden is elected and is running the White House?
Well, first of all, that the deterioration of U.S.-China relations is not just because of the current administration. It's partially, certainly not entirely. There's a much deeper reason, and also there's a geopolitical, economic landscape change. But on the other hand, we do need to pay attention to a few things. One is that the change of the residents of the House certainly will provide opportunity, he said. This is number one. Number two, that Biden and his team, foreign policy team, mentioned several times over the past weeks that Trump's China policy has failed. This means that he will do differently. And so this is a very, very important message. And also, look back, during the Obama administration, there are about 105 dialogue mechanism, but now under the Trump, there's only one, the trade deal negotiation, even it's not in good shape. So you will see some major changes, and also certainly the governance, the leadership style between these two leaders are very, very different. And certainly there will be better coordination and in terms of his team, in terms of policy. Under Trump administration, there are a lot of confusions, different signals, and sometimes President say ABC and his team say XYZ. For example, that in the early months of this year, he actually praised China on the Chinese leadership policy towards Hong Kong, Xinjiang, and the way handle COVID-19. So this is certainly confused so many people. So I will see that under Biden administration, there will be some consistency. But most importantly, I think some of the issue areas, you will see major changes. Particularly, I think that the Biden administration will emphasize international public goods. And it requires in cooperation with China, whether it will be COVID-19 and the vaccine development and treatment, and also the climate change, and also the risk management. Also, in terms of the area of education and culture exchanges, I think there will be continuation rather than the close, that important part of the relationship. But the economic competition will remain, especially in science and technology. And in terms of areas of human rights, and certainly will probably to a certain extent will be even intensify. But there will be some adjustment. I think that I hope there will be kind of mutual dialogue to look at the issues, and even in the human rights areas.